guys. How about that? Oh.
Well, welcome everybody. Even though I'm kind of preaching to the choir, welcome everybody to the second edition of Foreign and Domestic. It's Foreign and Domestic here. As you may know, I'm Alan BePro. In the room is the Crazy Scotsman. He's the foreign, I'm the domestic. We also have one Secretary of State, Coda Boy 32.
Hey guys, how are you tonight?
Doing great, Coda. Doing great. Running a couple of minutes behind here. We're hitting the ground running now.
Well,
it's
cool.
been we're running on TR time this time around.
Well, you know, there's nothing wrong with TR time. I mean, since his promotion to the presidency, he's done a really, really damn good job. I mean, he's just doing some crazy stuff. So we got to cut him some slack on occasion. The guy only works like 18 hours a day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, fuck. There's Pops. He's in there.
Pops, you got a link, man. Jump on in. I was the only sucker that fell for it, or what? Apparently, I sent it to like 20 different people.
I thought I was special. You know what we're going to do in commemoration of this event? If y'all don't mind, I'm going to make a vodka drink real quick, and that way I can sip on a libation while you guys sit here and talk about foreign and domestic, because we sure shit got a bunch of stuff to talk about domestic. And one of the things I want to point out is we've had two white dudes kill more people at 1 to 2 different times in this country's history. And I'd like to know why. Why the hell are we got 2 white dudes killing all the people? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts, man.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of it. It was mentioned in TR's chat that somebody from the leftists, and I'm not even going to name them, said that terrorism is going to be happening in the United States, and we just need to get accustomed to that. And there's no way in hell that I will ever get accustomed to that. I will resist with every single cell of my being. This country is the freest country in the world. Going to stay that way if I have anything at all to do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's we got to do what we can to help and keep it that way. That's for sure. It's definitely difficult times and hard times, but we got to keep that Second Amendment strong and make sure we're fighting the good fight.
We're starting to get a few people out there in the side chat. Glad to see everybody. We got Digger Joe's out there. It's too loud or you're too old. Glad to see you got your AR rolling there. Keith Gregory, Kenneth, and Kenneth. I'm not even going to say your last name because I don't want to massacre it. Pop's Place, the one and only Pop's Quest, and Mrs. Robin Jones. Sort of a local gal to me, at least. Got a few people out there. You got anything for topics this evening there, Scotsman, or have you just been too damn busy?
Honestly, I've been too damn busy, dude. It's been a crazy week for me. I picked up over 100+ guns for the business, and it's been a crazy week and a half. So I don't have a whole lot. I think I did most of my ratting last night on TR's chat.
Let me piss some people off here if you're ready for this. And I'm glad you guys are adding me into this thing, because I was sitting there having a little chat with my wife, who's also a huge Second Amendment supporter. I mean, she used to not, no, we'll not have any guns in the house kind of thing. But all of a sudden, one of her neighbors got broken into. And she was like, where are the guns? So here's my whole thing is that you got a couple assholes in this world who went out and they bought guns, legally or illegally. I don't give a shit. But the problem we're going to have is that, like I used to say many moons ago, is like the people who would sit there and like the Muslim crowd is that they need to start policing their own group of people. Well, it's getting ready to come to the point where the Second Amendment, folks, if you want to retain that full-blown Second Amendment right, we're going to have to start policing our own people because these assholes are going out and shooting up churches and shooting up concerts, and they're fucking it up for everybody. And that's where I'm getting pissed because this just giving ammo to everybody, and everybody wants to go, oh, it's an inalienable right, and you know it's unquestionable, no compromise. Well, every time somebody shoots up a fucking venue where multiple people are killed, nobody's going to give a shit about the Second Amendment right. And that's where we really need to start. Yeah, stand together, but we need to fucking smack somebody in the back of the head when they start thinking of something stupid. And I'm so glad that saving grace in that thing in Texas was a guy with a gun, a good guy with a gun, took that son of a bitch out, or at least got him out of the way. Now they're left is sitting there saying, well, he was already on his way out of the church when the guy shot him. Who gives a shit? But the thing is we need to really start policing ourselves. And it's chapping my ass. It's pissing me off no end. And it's going crazy. So, I mean, here's the deal. You get a couple more of these fucking things, and there's going to be some extreme measures, and there's not a fucking thing we're going to be able to do about it other than create our own stupid Civil War. So, I mean, what the hell we got to do? And I mean, Pops, you know me, and I know you, and I carry everywhere I go. It doesn't matter. If I can't carry a gun in there, unless somebody's physically in a uniform with a handgun on their side and they're wanting people, that's the only reason I won't go in with a gun, because at least I know there's a cop in there who can protect me. If you go to a movie theater and there's not anybody, no guns allowed, and there's no one in there to provide any protection, you should be able to sue the ever living shit out of that movie theater for not allowing, or for these dumbasses who don't carry into a movie theater, they should be able to sue the living shit out of a movie theater if something ever happens and you're not able to protect yourself because there's a fucking sign. So don't get me started on this shit because we'll be on a conversation for a good long time. The domestic terrorism is here. 2 white guys have killed more people since 9/11 in 2 days in the last month and a half, and it's sickening. I'll stop now. Sorry. I sound like you last night, Crazy.
You're good, man. Ran on, man. You're preaching the truth, dude. It's insane. It's, you know, like you said, man, we're gonna have to start policing it ourselves, one way or another. We're gonna have to.
Well, they say if you see shit, say something, and I totally agree with it. Same thing goes for the gun stores. You see some asshole that you feel like I've seen people literally, a guy in a gun store does not have a good feeling about selling the gun. It's within his right. He doesn't have to sell the gun. So, you know, and I know you may, Scotsman, you may be in the same situation where you felt weird about some situation.
I do it probably at least, I would say I do it probably 5 times a week, if not more, and tell them straight up, no, you ain't buying shit. Get out.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather take the bad customer survey than sell a gun to someone that shouldn't have one.
Yeah, gangbang boyfriend sitting behind his girlfriend and she's trying to buy a fucking Uzi. Listening to these people talking on the news today, I just turned it off. Facebook, I don't even look at it because I got some friends who are fucking morons. So, yeah. So it is crazy. Did the Scam Ugly? I had a shout out to him the other day, and I did not receive any pat on the back for that. I'm kind of upset. You're not gonna have to have a talk.
Take him out back time to the whipping post.
Just talk to his wife. She'll get him fixed up.
Yeah. Well, I'm like him, man. I know who wears the pants in our family, so I just do what I'm told. And I'm surprised that I haven't had the kibosh on this thing this evening. But they're all upstairs, already in bed. But you guys prevented me from getting a good night sleep, so I'll just do this until this drink is over and done with. And unfortunately, it's in one of these Yeti cups, and it may be a while.
It looks like we got some good people jumping in. We got S Winger 70. We got Mo, Scap, Keith, Pops, Tattoo Dragon. Good to see you guys here.
Oh, fudge. I got my dog here with me tonight. He's sitting over here. He's my guardian. There's the knuckleheads that keep having a wrestling match whenever I'm trying to do a video. For some reason, they think they see the camera go on. They think that's their time to shine. Never right, buddy.
So this guy in the church. All right. So now he was dishonorably discharged, right? Or was it just an infraction discharge? It was because he did an assault of the military, but that's a conduct discharge. So is that actually a dishonorable discharge?
Back in my day, and Wicked could probably answer this a little better, but I thought it was less than honorable. You got dishonorable, less than honorable, general, and then honorable. I thought, if my memory serves me, but you can't listen to what the damn media says because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But I thought it was dishonorable, or who knows? But from what I understand, is you're not allowed to buy a 4473 or pick up on it right away if you have a dishonorable discharge, Scott. Right?
Well, with a dishonorable discharge, you can't buy one. Period. Now, if he lied on the form, if the FBI per se didn't do their job 100% and verify before they transferred, then there's nothing they can do at that point. It's the FBI's fault for transferring, letting that store transfer when they should have put them on a delay and researched it more to make sure. I mean, it's easy to lie on a form, unfortunately.
Well, from what I understand, he bought the damn thing from Academy Sports, so well, there you go. But I mean, what they're going to do is they're going to try to go after straw purchases, gun show purchases, anything that they'll find out where he bought the damn thing. They've already got one trace back to Academy Sports, but it wasn't like he went out and bought an ass load of guns. He bought them once a year. So.
And it's probably because of that dishonorable discharge. But if he lied too many times on one form and kept going back and buying multiple every time a year, it's gonna throw up a flag.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that'd be one flag. But I mean, if he just had a bad conduct discharge, like Keith Gregory is saying out in the side chat, bad conduct and dishonorable are different, and that's what I'm trying to discern. Not being a military man, I don't know these things. And so his bad conduct discharge isn't going to ban him from having firearms. But the fact of the matter is he was convicted of an assault and an assault on a child. And so that right there is going to send the form right back to you. That would
fall under the assault and battery charge, which again, on a 4473, you cannot own a firearm, period.
It's a domestic violence charge.
Yep.
It was a domestic violence charge. So that right there should show that he had a firearm to begin with.
Yeah.
And again, it comes back to, if he lied on the form, which he had to have in order to get the gun, then comes down to, it happens all the time. People that are not supposed to get one will get it, and then 2-3 weeks later, we'll get a request for, hey, this person shouldn't have got this. Send me the information so we can go get them, pretty much. It's unfortunate, but it happens a lot.
Yeah. It's just, but you know, in the same token, it's just like anybody else, man. If you want to do the deed bad enough, you will find the necessary means in order to do it. And it kills me because, you know, we have the greatest freedoms in the entire world. One is to be able to own the coolest rifle there is, either the AK-47 or AR-15. All right. And unfortunately, of late, I still think that, you know, the pistol, the 9mm Glock is the most used firearm in crime in the country by relation to the number of times it was used. But the number of mass shootings were conducted using a semi-automatic firearm called an AR-15. And unfortunately for all of us who love that thing, and you know me, man, I've got freaking a closet full of them. This shit don't look good, and it's going to be hard to take. Again, we're fortunate because, you know, you got the president, instead of jumping on the bandwagon like Obama did, is that, you know, Trump's like, this is not a gun issue. This is, that guy was mentally fucked up, and he was correct. No one in their right mind does what that dude did, and unfortunately, he has a firearm that's capable of doing it. So that's why I'm saying we as, you know, Second Amendment supporters, we seriously need to take a look at these assholes that are fucking it up for us. And I'm not saying that, you know, the Second Amendment, we don't need to do this or do that. But what I'm saying is we need to start policing ourselves. You want to fucking have a gun? Then by God, we better make sure that this dumbass is not somebody who's going to go out and screw the pooch for everybody. Does that make sense? I mean, does anything that I'm laying down make any sense at all?
Oh yeah, entirely so. We do not have a gun problem in this country. We have a mental health problem.
Yeah, I mean, there's 300 million guns. If we had a gun problem, you would definitely know about it. We got an asshole problem. We got a fucking piece of shit that goes in and chills children, 18-month-old and a 5-year-old. Who the fuck does that kind of thing? And I tell you who it is. It's somebody who's screwed up in the mind. And it's sad. It's sickening. So to hear this crap, it blows my lunch, man. I'm just like, God. And yeah, Wicked, who the hell can predict any kind of behavior of these kind of guys? But unfortunately, we as gun lovers are going to feel the hit from an asshole that does some stupid shit until the rest of the country realizes they got a mental issue. We got some bad crap going on, and these fucking jackasses who want to fuck it up for the rest of us. I got news for you. You know, I was watching one thing. What is it? Kroger, Stoger University, or whatever it is. They had that law. They had a commercial on one of my videos, and he was talking about the gun thing. It's like the confiscation of gun will never work, especially in this country. First of all, you're going to have people who are not going to do it. And I, for one, you can kiss my ass. My shit's going to be here. And that's one of the reasons everybody's like, either register your gun, or if you sell it, it becomes illegal to sell it, lose it, or stolen. You by law have to report it that way. And the reason they do that is because if you're caught with it later on, they can charge you with a felony charge. That's the only reason that law's there. It's just, it's sad and it's sick. But I just, these guys are fucking it up for everybody, and it's pissing me off.
Well, apparently in the side chat, it was said numerous times, the Air Force is the one that failed to report his dishonorable discharge. So I mean, at what level do we need to? We need to. I fully agree, Coda. We need to get on to these fuckers that are ruining it for the rest of us that are law-abiding people. You know what we can do about it. Well, you know, the main focus to me is going to be the mental health issues. We've got more of a mental health issue in this country and a pharmaceutical problem than anything else.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. I sit there. I seriously, all day. I'm taking this week off. I know everybody thinks I live on vacation, but I don't. But you know, sitting there taking the week off, and I'm having to deal with this crap, and I think about all the good things that come from guns. I mean, let's name a few. And you know what? That's a good topic for a video. What are the good things that come from owning a gun? And I can think of one of the most enjoyable things, like playing golf, gun competitions. I like to participate in these things. People like Is Your Six Covered and Pops and the rest of those guys and Big J's getting into it, and 7 Up, 3 Down, and shit, MPG. We spend a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of effort competing with these guns. And that's the whole thing. And I'm sitting there wondering, is this going to be taken away from us eventually down the road? You know, those are my fears. Will we go back to the Clinton ban where you're like, we got, you know, AR-15s are banned, or the sale of AR-15s are banned. So these are the things that run through my mind. Am I ever going to turn anything in? Oh, hell no. You know, even my wife is like, she's like, you ain't telling nobody nothing or who's got what, when, where, and how. You know, somebody comes to my door, I'm going to hand them, here, you can have, this is the only one I got left right here, this piece, you know, but it just, I'm concerned because we've got assholes in the world and it's time to start policing them. But again, how do you know who's going to do this shit next without having to violate other people's rights? That lends itself to another thing.
That's my biggest question is how do we do it without infringing on everybody's rights?
Mm-hmm. And well, I mean, I just looked over here just a second ago and saw Wicked's comment, and Wicked, you and I are on the same page. How do we do that without destroying other rights in this country? Freedom, there is no such thing as freedom, but shall not be infringed is a powerful statement. And how do you uphold the Second Amendment and still allow other freedoms? It's just, there are assholes in this world. And yeah, we are growing up in a society where stupid shit like this may end up being the norm, whether we like it or not.
I think honestly, we got to take a look at some of the other amendments. I think a lot of those are the issue, like the First Amendment. That causes a lot more issues, which then leads into Second Amendment problems. Because everyone thinks they have the right to say whatever the fuck they want to say, which technically is not 100% true and 100% accurate.
Well, it's like that lady who flipped off the motorcade for President Trump. Here's the problem: she worked for a federal contractor, and I used to be a federal contractor, and there are certain things that you have to adhere to. You're basically an employed by the federal government. If you want to flip off the commander in chief, guess what's going to happen? You violated the conduct or the code of conduct. So those are things that you're going to lose. She's going to get fired. She's like, I'm going to contact ACLU, and all the fucking Hollywood assholes are like, somebody needs to hire her. You know what? Suck my dick.
Absolutely, dude. It's bullshit.
Saying it out loud, but you know what? It chapped my ass to see this shit. There are always consequences, especially with the First Amendment. You can say what the fuck you want, but you better be ready for where it comes from, what the retribution and what comes from it. And that's the problem. We saw somebody said entitlement. Yeah, there are so many people who are entitled, who feel they're entitled to their fucking opinion, and there's no consequence for their opinion. And go get fucked. Y'all brought me into this conversation. Cheers.
Cheers, fucker. No, you're 100% right, man. It's an insane thing that we got to deal with, but we have to stand our ground. We got to do what we got to do, and it's a hard thing on how do you do that without, again, like you said, infringing on other rights and doing other things that are going to cause us more issues. Now, as for turning in guns, fuck that noise. Come knock on my door. The only thing you're going to get is a fucking bullet. You ain't taking my fucking guns.
And you're not going to, dude. I mean, let's be realistic about it. The people, I'm not trying to tell you you're not going to do it, but I hope you wouldn't. But here's the thing, it's all fun and games to talk about it until the shit actually goes down. If somebody going to walk around, are they going to have government employees walking around here telling everybody, here, let me have all your semi-automatic guns?
And that's the thing.
It'll never happen.
It's very, very unlikely that that'll ever happen because they know that we are more well armed than 90% of the people in the country. You know,
it's the overwhelming amount of guns that they would have to collect is the first problem that they would have. Where it would happen is that they would ban the sale of a certain firearm, which is at an all-time low price right now. Even with this latest situation, ammo is stayed on a flat. Those firearms, the kits, the build kits, everything is flatline. It's not even budged. And the reason that market has not budged is because you got a president who said, this is a mental issue. This is not a gun issue. And that's the biggest ally right there we have. And that guy earned my respect when he didn't jump on the bandwagon. Now, who's to say he's not going to jump on it later on, but at least he didn't jump on it right then. So that's where it's going right now. And he earned my respect a little bit more when he did that. I just wish he could keep his mouth shut and do his job. And speak intelligently like a third grader. Otherwise.
Yeah, stay the fuck off of Twitter. I mean, that stupid social media shit that bugs the fuck out of me with him. I don't like the guy personally, but he's got an absolutely brilliant business mind. It's exactly what we need. But that Twitter shit, oh my God, that really crawls up my ass.
Oh yeah, I mean, here's the thing: grow up. Quit acting like it. And you're right. And the thing is he's cold, he's manipulative, and he knows how a yes or no answer without having to sugarcoat it or try to fuck somebody in the back. And then it's the cool thing about it. That guy didn't try to screw anybody. He didn't fuck him over. He's right there in the face. But one of the things, let's get on a cool subject. One of the things that I was so excited about last night, and I failed to mention it on TR's chat, was that some news organizations were coming up and talking about the indictment of Hillary Clinton. And I almost nutted in my pants when they said that shit. I know that's a pretty nasty thought, but, you know, dude, to wake up in the morning to have that bitch having to turn herself in for the shit that those people, and not only her, but Chelsea, who, by the way, I would love to see naked, just have that whole family just, you know, really just go to jail.
I forget. Did you invite him, Alan, or did I? Because this just went to a fucking complete train wreck.
No, this is fucking great. This is great. I'm digging.
There's that one part where she's like, well, the Supreme Court got it wrong. I'm just like, I would just love to just. Yeah. So when that just took a turn for the worse.
This whole business of her spending, doing all these moves and getting complete financial control over the DNC. I mean, it's just dirty as fuck. It's just as corrupt as it can possibly fucking be.
Donna Brazile gets up and starts talking shit about her. That just, I smile from ear to ear going, you people just showing your true fucking colors, you fucking manipulative. You know what? Here's the whole thing. Bernie Sanders he's a socialist, okay? His whole thing was taxes. Tax the rich, fair share, whatever. You know, I've never seen, what is a fair share, by the way? I mean, how many people here need to know what fair share does somebody need to vote, you know, have to pay? But he was never against the gun thing. He goes, can we just put the gun thing away? But he never lied. She lied from one end to the other. And the whole thing is sitting there going, and unfortunately for the whole world, I'm not a Bernie Sanders fan, so please don't think I am. But the thing is, at least he was an honest candidate, and the DNC fucked him so hard it wasn't even funny. And I got friends of mine who sit there, they're Bernie fans, and they're talking shit about Trump. I'm going, dude, why are you talking shit about Trump? You're talking shit about Hillary Clinton. because she's the one who fucked your boy.
Yep, she's the one that completely fucked him out of it. She bought the DNC, just flat out. And the bitch lies like that fucking carpet does on my floor from one end to the other.
Mm-hmm. And Big Johnson is correct, man. Bernie fucking saw the paycheck at the end of the rainbow, and he fucking rolled over just like anybody else. So don't tell me the Democrats are for anybody other than their fucking selves and the big old fat dollar. Go fucking assholes.
And most of them are all for that, man. They're all out for themselves. They're all out to make a fucking dime. That's what they're there for.
I'm sitting here
watching
this crap, and she's ratting out Hillary, and I'm like a hockey fan jumping out of my chair. Hell yeah, fuck yeah.
And then she goes, all you people can shut the hell up. And then to answer Scab's question, dude, if you ever listen to her voice and close your eyes, I'm just like, ugh. Chelsea, man.
Man, you got some problems.
Well, I mean, we grew up and watched her become an ugly duckling. And then, she's making a couple $1 million for NBC, just sitting in a park. What are you drinking tonight?
Oatmeal stout, brother. But if you see that glass right there?
Norinco? What does it say? Foreign and domestic. Listen, look at you. Oh,
getting classy, brother.
I hear that. Yeah. I was just laughing because, it is the whole thing about the DNC is that it was so rigged. You knew it was rigged. I mean, that's how bad it was. You knew it was rigged. Who had to say anything about it?
Oh, WTF. What a question.
Oh, come on, man.
Really, SoCal?
I was watching her today, and I'm talking about Ivanka, and she is so aerodynamic. She is like a fine sports car that is just ready to just fucking rip the curves. Her face is just. There were visions going through my mind. I just tell you that. But Ivanka is probably the most pretty hot girl. Scab, go fuck yourself. You unsub me, bitch, and I'll fucking haunt you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it would be Ivanka. No, I mean, hands down. I would be hands down and probably bottom up for her. I don't care.
I don't know, man. I know Pops wants to kick her in the pee-pee, but I'm seriously, her voice, that crackly thing going on there, and I'm just thinking there's going to be some blood involved, but no, I'm just joking about that. But in all honesty,
Rich, you got a link too, man. I sent you a link as well. Fucker.
TR, yeah. Never mind. I'm not going to go there. I've had 2 melatonin, whatever pills, and these guys contact me at the last moment and say, you look at them, they're like lost puppies. They need all the help they can get, man. So,
dude, I sent you a link fucking 20 minutes in advance, and you show up at 2 minutes till and bitch.
Fucking haven't, but all right. So, yeah, I know. But I just like for everybody to address the elephant in the room. Scotsman and his tan. He's working on it. He's got some red going on there. It's very good to see some color. I don't know if you're doing that with your camera or not, but anyway, it's looking good.
It's all lighting, brother. It's all lighting.
I got something special for you, man. Don't you worry. Don't you kid. All right. So, all right. What's the next subject? What do we got? We got Chelsea Clinton, Ivanka Trump. Melania is a hot little number. I'll tell you that right now, man. She's got to be probably rank up there as the hottest first ladies ever. I would have to, when she, at the inauguration parade, I was just sitting there going, God, you old fart, you're doing that. Just pissed me off.
Yeah, that's what happens when you got that kind of money. You can afford those kind of rentals.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I honestly, I'm totally a firm believer in that more the merrier. I don't downplay somebody for making an assload of money. I just want to know how they did it so I can duplicate it. You know, there's people out there to go, fuck him, he don't need that money. You know what? Fuck you. I used to love the what do you call it, the estate tax. People are like, well, why do the children need that money? Like, it's because it was their dad's, asshole. The government could use that money so much better than the family could. They don't need that. Like,
All right, what's the next gun on your list? The next gun you got to buy. What's on your list?
it's already bought. All right, Alan, go ahead, please. I'll shut up for a second.
Okay. So
All right, well, never mind, Alan. That's fine.
Something that I received today. Something that I received today, and hopefully you guys are proud of me because I ponied up and I got the silent captured system. Okay, so I go to pull this thing out, and I was going to do a little unboxing video. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but something that I found really quite entertaining is on the back. And, you know, they've got all the warnings, this, that, and the other thing on the back of this thing. But let me read you one thing that is on the back of this. If you are not willing to accept the responsibility of your own actions, firearm ownership is not for you.
I like that.
I thought that was absolutely fucking hilarious.
Didn't answer the question.
I'll tell you what, after that video, I've got one of those 34 buffer tubes and springs and the buffer, and I've probably run, I'd say 1,000 rounds through that gun and haven't had any issues. But because this is a very special rifle that's going down the road, that shit was replaced today. I will not have a rifle with my name on it going down the road with that piece of shit in it. And if you remember, I don't know if you remember when I did a video and I shot out the Trinity Force red dot. I did that because of their customer service. They never called me back, wouldn't replace it or anything. So I was like, all right, well, we're just going to play like this is a opposing sniper's scope. Shot the motherfucker. And it was expensive too. According to them, it was expensive, but it was the same price. It was the same scope or red dot that they sold for $20 with another company. So I appreciate what you did as far as, you know, showing everybody how it blew up, the lack of customer service and everything else. So thank you. That you served.
Yeah, I'm not going to have any problem. If I got a problem with the company, like I said in the video, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to hold some bars just because in my produced stuff, I'm not going to say these fucking assholes, and you know, I'm not going to cuss them out one thing or another. I'm going to do that in my production stuff, but the fact of the matter is it was shit, and so I wanted everybody to know it was shit. Now, 2 days later, again, 2 days, I did receive another buffer from them. Like I said in the video, I had a buffer that was, I had a tracking number on. Funny thing is the buffer that they sent me was actually pinned. The buffer that came in the kit to begin with was not pinned.
Oh.
And so when I was on the phone with the guy, he's like, yeah, we know we're having problems with those buffers. I'm like, are you selling the fucking things?
Because it's nothing but their marketing company. They're the same thing. I deal with a bunch of different contractors, different companies that all they do is they resell. They take it, they put their name on it, and they resell it in the States. It comes straight from China. So, you know, there is as long as they're clear and upfront with me on where it comes from, I don't care. But if they're not, that's the part that I can't stand. So
yeah, if you go to their website, they got this big old thing made in America. Well, they might have one or two items in their entire catalog that's actually made in America. And I knew the shit that I was buying was actually coming from China because I do the digging. But you know, you can't buy everything that's American made. We just don't make it here in the United States, and that's
I'll tell
that.
you what, let me show you something. This guy right here
But
just
going
came.
extreme cheap.
This guy right here just came in the mail, and it's going to go on a test rifle that I put together, and it is bad as hell. Now I know it was probably made in China or Japan or whatever, but the equivalent to that's probably going to run you about $1,500 made in America or Switzerland or wherever. But that's a bad mamma jamma. I'm looking forward to testing it out. But I'm appreciative that you put that video out because, you know, I don't want to distribute anything that looks like shit, feels like shit, or runs like shit. If their customer service is shit, well, guess what's going to happen then? I want to tell everybody I know that their customer service is junk because people that I'm friends with need to know this kind of stuff.
And that's exactly where I'm at. You know, I'm spending my own dime on this. I'm not going to have people sponsoring me. If they want to send me shit to test, I'm going to tell them that their product is shit if their product is shit. Now, I did give them time. I did give them the opportunity. That's just being civil, you know. But if their stuff is shit, I'm not going to say, oh, well, this is great because they sent it to me. Fuck that.
Well, you gotta call them out, man. It's just like with the holster that I bought. You know, I got it for a discounted price, but it's for me at least the amount of wear I've got on that holster within 3 weeks of wearing the damn thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, y'all know about my experience with a couple of different holster makers, but you know, here's the whole thing: as a reviewer, you want to stay true to your viewers, and because they're going to be the ones who are there with you, people who are selling this stuff or distributing this stuff, they're going to come and go. But you know, like I had somebody, like I don't know what it is, but there's a video I got that's going crazy right now. It's kind of cool. I don't care, but you know, I did a video today with that little chest rig with the shell quad loaders or whatever, and some dude was like, "It's disappointing," or something. He said something to the effect that, you know, it's disgusting or something that you're pitching this company so hard. I'm like, dude, I'm not pitching the company. I'm pitching the fact that I can actually do quad loads. They just happen to be along for the ride. And you know what? It's a good product. If it wasn't a good product, I wouldn't be sitting here claiming it was. But the full review is going to come out after we do a full-blown torture test on this thing at the end of the day. And you know, if I can do this deal where I can destroy a piece of equipment, which I despise doing because I treat my stuff with a little bit of respect, then you know that'll be the case. But some of these people are just complete assholes, especially in the YouTube world. All these fucking assholes. But anyway. All right.
We all get them, dude. We all get them. There's people that will call us out for whatever they want just because they have nothing better to do.
Well, I sure the fuck am not ever going to say that I like a product when I don't. If it doesn't work, it don't run. I'm going to tell you, it don't work, it don't run. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The fact is I get information from all you guys as well. If I'm looking into stuff and I'm not sure about it, I don't know if I want to drop the coin on it or not. I need to know if it's good product or not. You know, this particular item comes highly recommended.
Well,
And so
let me. Did you buy the spring or did you buy the silent capture, the whole assembly?
I got the whole assembly. I
All
bought the
right.
whole kit and caboodle.
I will tell you this right now. I actually love that system. It reminds me so much of like a captured spring that you would see in a pistol. The nice thing is you don't have to have that detent spring. Um, is it something that's essential to the rifle? Must not. I mean, not really. But does it add to the quality of the rifle? I think so. So you're going to see some really cool effects from that. Did you replace the buffer tube?
Yeah, I did. I ended up putting a different buffer tube on it as well, just getting the Trinity Force tactical crap out of it. But I actually did that before I received the spring system. Um, and so right now it's got a Valtor buffer tube on it.
All right. My favorite, my favorite combination is all Veltor. I like the Veltor stuff with a WMD bolt because when you pull it back, it literally, there is no noise. It is slick as a baby's ass. I mean, it's just, but I've also got the Sonic Capture Spring, and that's a great system as well. And I've got a couple of friends who the detent spring has actually broken out, so they've actually had the result was they had to get the sonic capture spring because that is the only system that I'm aware of that actually sits in the buffer tube without the need of that detent spring.
Yeah, I actually haven't pulled the. I actually just threw it in the rifle 20 minutes before the chat, and I didn't pull the detent spring out of it yet, but it's coming out. Because honestly, it was a little bit of a bitch to get it in there, and it's not needed. You don't need it anymore. With this system, you do not need that D10 in there. That
So you should, when you get that out, I would like for you to send it to me because I could use it on something else. No, I'm joking. That's just another part to go into another build down the road. That's the bad part about it is that every time you take a part off of one gun, oh Jesus, man! Like I got a handguard. Do you need any handguards?
not at the moment, but I've got your email address.
All right, send me your email. I mean, if you never need, I mean, dude, I've got recently, I've fallen in love with like the 15-inch handguards. So I've got a bunch of a 12 and 13 and a half inch and, the 9.5 inch handguards, the 12 and a half inch handguards. It's crazy. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I used to have a big giant tote that just had miscellaneous parts in it. Just if somebody really wanted to build one, it was just like, go pull that blue toad out of the shed, go ahead and build yourself one. Guaranteed, there's enough parts in there.
Yeah, and again, that's the beauty behind. That's the beauty behind the AR-15 system, the platform, and that's one of the reasons why if somebody says you can't have that anymore or they ban the purchase of it, it's just going to break my heart because I love that system. And Pops Quest, he used to make the comment all to me, like, "Damn, buddy, what do you need another AR like you need another hole in the head?" I'm going, "Yeah, but this is different. This is got a different feel to it, or this one is different, or this one's different." And every time you start off, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at a box and there's a buffer tube and there's a castle nut and I'm going, ooh, that's a new build coming up right there, man. Put it in a box and start storing parts, man. You got yourself an AR. It's crazy.
Yeah, one of these days I'll do a build. I haven't done one yet. We were talking about it earlier before we jumped on here, but it's if I do a build, I'm gonna do something decent. I'm gonna do either probably a 308 or a 300 Win Mag. Go big or go home, dude.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing now is the 6.5 Creedmoor has gotten to be big popular round.
It has, and honestly, I'd rather go 308 than 6.5.
Well, I just happen to have a a 6.5 Swedish Mauser that's been sporterized. So we're gonna continue the sporterization of that bad boy, and it's gonna turn into one hell of a rifle.
Now, the ballistics on the 6.5 over the 308s. We want to get into a caliber debate on this, or
Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Come on,
Well,
308.
I mean,
then I'll let you set your precedent.
well, if you're going for long range,
Whoa,
308.
whoa. Look at those damn arms. Hold on.
Dude,
Those were arms. I thought those were searchlights.
Dude, those are fucking white as it can get, man. Don't hold that shit up again. I gotta put some sunglasses on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
hey, TR, since you're watching, I'm good, man.
There's nothing in mine either there, TR. I'm good. I'm good.
If you didn't catch my video, we did a safety check. We're all good, man.
Yeah, right after shooting hard target steel, both of them are like, okay, I'm good. You?
Yeah, I tell you what, if anybody, there's a bunch of white guys on here. We're the epitome of white people. Look.
Damn, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a
surefire there. This is the Surefire X300. Provides lighting out to 750 lumens. All I gotta do is hold my arms up, and it blinds the guy.
And you bitching me for being white.
Well, the problem with having white arms like that is that you're going to reflect off the surface paint of the room, and a lot of people don't like that. And I've understood that during tactical situations, you don't want to have that much light because it'll blind you versus the guy that you're shining the light at. That's always a really good common sense bullshit rule. Anyway,
so Scotsman, what's your take on the 308 versus 6.5?
If you actually look at it, 308 will go further at a flatter trajectory than a 6.5. If you're going for long range accuracy, go with a 308.
I've looked a little bit at the numbers and stuff, and I would tend to agree with that. I mean, if I was going to be building a long range AR, I would end up probably running a 308 with like an 18 or 20 inch barrel.
No, don't do that. You're not going to gain anything over 18 inches. Just stick with the 18 inch. And I mean that. I mean, there's like the 20 inch is going to be too long for you to do anything with. 18 inch is going to be perfect. And I always tell everybody 18 inches is the best barrel there ever was, man. 16, and in my comp rifle, I've got them running an 18 inch in one and a 14.5 inch in the other. If that tells you anything. But the 14.5 inch, I can damn near shoot as good as the 18 inch barrel in 5.56. Now 308, different story, but I would stick with 18 inch. This is a great all around barrel. And that's my story.
Yeah, I agree, man. 18 inch, anything over that, you're not gaining anything at all.
Congratulations, Rich just hit the 51 followers mark on VidMe.
And I'm out of scotch. I mean, vodka. You know what that means?
Well, it's about that time anyway. Coda, you want to do an outro, brother?
Are we done? Shit. What time do we start? 9?
Yep.
All right. Okay. So you guys got to stick to the 1 hour rule. That's good stuff, man. Because that keeps them coming back. All right. So, guys, I just want to say congratulations to the foreign and domestic chat this evening. I love seeing you guys out here. Alan, you've got a face for radio like I've never seen before. you know, Scotsman, work on that tan, just sit out in the sun for 30 minutes a day. It'll eventually come to you. But guys, thank you so much for inviting me on here. I really appreciate it. We had a lot of good chats, a lot of good topics, and really deep stuff, especially with Chelsea. There's a lot of, deep, penetrating ideas. And in any case, yeah, there you go. But you guys are freaking awesome, man. Love you to both. See you.
All right, man. Appreciate you having us on, coming on and joining the chat. Appreciate everyone up in the side chat. It has been an awesome time. Alan?
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Coda Boy, for showing up. It's always a pleasure, especially when you're worked up about things. That's always an absolute pleasure. We had the pleasure of the Scotsman on TR's chat going a little ballistic last night, which was great. I love it. I mean, these are the discussions that matter are the ones that get us worked up. And they're discussions that we need to have. I'd like to thank everybody for showing up in the side chat. Greatly appreciate it. The foreign and domestic for tonight is done. Thank you all. Keep the magazines loaded and one in the chambers.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, hell yeah. We're still on?
You done? You got an outro, Scotty?
I just, like I said, appreciate everyone showing up, and a few more reviews coming up this week. But other than that, see y'all got next week.
Thanks, fuckers.